the rise and fall of Martin Luther King. For the average struggling citizen, it often feels like hope is slipping away from this nation. Everywhere we turn, the grip of Martin Luther King seems to tighten, reaching into every institution and system. But he doesn't act alone. Behind him stands a shadowy puppet master, silently pulling the strings. This figure is backed by a coalition of mafia bosses, gambling magnates, smugglers, oligarchs, and international operatives, all working together to undermine the country's leadership. This is more than just a rivalry between two political dynasties as we approach 2028. It is a deliberate and calculated attempt to enslave our motherland, a continuation of efforts by those who lost their grip on us in 2016. Think the rise of online gambling is just about profit? Think again. This is a Western strategy at play. Destabilizing nations by corroding their moral foundations is a proven method. A society addicted to vices like gambling, drugs, and corruption is easier to dominate. We are being dismantled from within. If this trajectory continues, the Philippines could, in a mere decade or two, descend into chaos, overrun by illegal activities and moral decay. Why resort to war when we are destroying ourselves from the inside? The erosion begins with the family unit. What do we see around us? A nation increasingly reliant on handouts. The rise of the Ayuda Nation, where hard-working Filipinos fund billions in aid for the poor, is creating a dependent, unproductive underclass. At the center of it all is Martin Luther King, the emblem of this regime. His political ambitions have been evident since 2022, and he has systematically bought off every corruptible official to further his agenda. He has taken over media, online influencers, government agencies, Congress, the Senate, and even the PNP. Now, his sights are set on the armed forces. The recent viral video of him in a call with the AFP chief was deeply troubling. How did we end up with such compromising alliances that threaten to undo the progress of the previous administration? And now, with the defunding of PhilHealth, we may be nearing a breaking point. While Martin Luther King's rise has been swift, his inevitable fall, and that of his allies, will be even swifter. Not everyone can be bought. There are still officers in the armed forces, members of the judiciary, and public servants who refuse to sell their integrity. And there are countless Filipinos who cannot be manipulated. As long as we stand firm in our values and principles, we can counteract the poison that has gripped our nation these past years. Martin Luther King may have stolen wealth and influence, but we have something greater: courage, principles, and a collective spirit that cannot be silenced. In the words of FPRRD, we are not Filipinos for nothing. Truth Stream.